Hey crypto bros, we have a lot to discuss. We're going to talk about a project that's coming out on Zen that's going to make Zen more deflationary. We're going to talk about the Bitcoin dominance because that's very important overall for your portfolio to keep in mind. We're going to look at the Bitcoin chart and do a little bit of analysis on that. We're going to cover some other things as well too. So stick around till the end of the video. Let's go ahead and jump into Zen Health. So what is Zen Health, guys? It's another project that's going to be coming out on Zen, just like Zen Doge. We saw Zen Doge burn a huge amount of supply off of the market, which is good in long term. But for the overall project itself, not so well because it doesn't really have any type of user utility outside of just burning Zen in particular. Now, just looking at this, here is it gives you 1-to-1 burn ratio, converting your Zen into X heal. So once you burn, it'll give you 1-to-1 ratio. Full eligibility for the XN allocation. So that's good. A lot of these projects, again, that are going to be coming out on Zen are going to give you an allocation for XN. So this is good that this qualifies for that. Crazy amplifier rates. So amplifier bonuses, same thing as we saw with Zen Doge. And it allows you to, again, burn Zen on top of that. So do we really need something like this? Now, end of the day, look, it's burning a huge supply off. We've seen this in the past with a lot of these projects that have come out. DBZen, again, the good one that's burning crazy amount. Zen FTs, Zen Doge, Phoenix, and other stuff as well too. Short term, great, taking some of that supply off, but do you really want to invest into this? We always talk about diversification. Is this a crypto asset you want to diversify into? I mean, I'll leave that up to you, but based off of what we've been discussing on our channel here, we always say, look, apply risk management. Understand there's going to be a lot of projects coming out on Zen. You don't really have to get involved in all of them. Get involved at ones that have user utility. We saw things like DBZen give you drip of Ethereum, which is good. We saw Zen FTs actually have some user utility where it gives you that, again, tradability of these NFTs, which is great. Phoenix is just like Hex, but on the Zen ecosystem. So a lot of these projects that are coming out, I would like to have them have more actual utility than just, burning Zen and then just go off into the sunset. But again, it's up to you guys what you decide. This is not financial advice. I always urge to, again, have some dry powder on the side, whether it's in stable coins or in fiat, that allows you to get into these opportunities that the market presents to you. And also learn to trade, guys, because trading goes a long way. Just being able to read candle patterns, right? Looking at the charts and understanding the chart can give you an idea of where the market bottoms and market tops can be. We can't know exactly where the bottoms are or where the tops are, but we can get a general idea. If we catch 50% or 60 or 70% of that move, our portfolio is going to benefit immensely because of that. And the only way we can do that is by applying strategies, guys. Some of the strategies I show you here at Crypto Bros, that's why you're subscribed to this channel. That's why you like these video and content, because I give you the alpha. I give you the trading calls on Twitter for free. So if you go on Twitter and you give me a follow there, I do make some trading calls that you guys can actually follow. I show you some of the strategies, putting in stop loss, having risk management in play, and having a psychological mindset that, look, you understand this is based off of probabilities and that you're going to have losses in this game. But minimizing those losses can help your portfolio overall. You take 10 trades, you win 6 or 7 out of those trades, and those 3 losses that you took minimized can help your portfolio overall, building some capital so you can actually invest into this, guys. I haven't added fresh fiat, fresh capital into my portfolio in over 4 to 5 years, guys. It's all recycled gains, going into different projects, trading, getting the opportunities that are presented to me, taking chances on those, and having a strategy, risk management, stop losses in play benefits you immensely, guys. But let's go ahead and talk about the Bitcoin price. We're getting the weekly candle to close in about 4 hours and 51 minutes. And what we want to see is that we want to see the price action close above 26,300. The reason being is if we go on the daily, we can see the 55-day moving average is playing heavy resistance overall. We did get the cross above the 21-day moving average, which is the yellow. You can see the 55 crossed at 21. And this spells that there is heavy momentum on the bear side. So we can see that this trend line is acting as heavy resistance. We're coming every time to this particular resistance is acting as heavy resistance here. A lot of sellers coming in. again playing their key role and shifting us downwards, further downwards from here. Now again, what we're seeing is that, look, this zone can be a bit of a support structure for us to get above 26,300. But if we close this weekly candle below that, most likely probabilistic case is that we're going to go down, retest the areas of $23,000 to $24,000 area. So the upper 23 to mid $24,000. Again, the weekly, as we've been seeing here, again, we want to stick above that. We can see the 50, we're trading below the 55-day moving average right here. We're currently sitting around the about $300 to $400 below 26,300. And if we can get the stochastics to actually turn to the upside here, we can see it's kind of taking a nosedive, which is not good overall, because we've been discussing downside pressure is coming in. The bears do have control here. However, the hopium side of it is not completely out for the bulls. The bulls still have a chance. If we can get above 26,300, we do have an opportunity, to turn this back into support, because this has been consolidating for quite some time here, guys. So we've been consolidating all the way back since May 08, guys, of 2023. So we've been saying, look, low volatility is coming in. Okay, we are expecting a big move. Now, whether that's to the downside or upside, you're basing it off of your strategy. I have my strategy set in place. I'm still looking for that upside movement. We're consolidating in this area. However, I do have a stop loss set in around $24,000 area. And again, my size position on this trade is very low. My leverage on this position is very low. So I'm not too concerned. Even if it stops me out, I'm not losing a huge amount of capital on this particular trade. You cannot blow your whole account, guys, on one particular trade. Just understand that. Again, so that's what it is there. I'm showing you my trade, where we are in the weekly, on the daily. Again, we're closing the weekly out. Let's go ahead and just quickly talk about the dominance, because we've been discussing this. And let's just talk about overall where we were looking in terms of our target areas. Now, the target area that we're discussing on the macro time is that we were going to most likely go up to 59-60%. Now, based off of this, we did close above 49%, which is good for the Bitcoin dominance overall, because this is coming back all the way from July of 2021, guys. Okay, so it's a long time in the making here. You can see heavy resistance every time we've come in. Even here, we were met with resistance, and then we finally broke out, building this structured downside position, then breaking out of that resistance. Now, what's going to be happening here, just to show you guys on the daily, is that it's going to come back, retest this particular support structure to confirm that this is a good actual support line for us, for the bulls to continue on in terms of the dominance itself. Now, what we're expecting is the next resistance that could be coming in is around the areas of 53%. And then after that, there's not much resistance. We're going to go up all the way to 59-60% from there, guys. So there's a couple of things this could mean. Okay, so a lot of the capital is going to shift away from altcoins and going to shift into Bitcoin, which is, in some sense, it's good. Because people are in times of uncertainty and in times of when Bitcoin starts to gain strength against the market, people feel that the downside risk is a lot further down for a lot of these altcoins than it is for Bitcoin. So people feel a lot more safer going into big macro cap coins like Bitcoin than altcoins, because your downside risk, guys, is minimized when you go into Bitcoin. But when you go into a lot of these altcoins, they can go even further down, 40, 50, 60%, where Bitcoin can actually, if it were to come down, let's say to, $20,000, you're only basically risking 20% instead of 50 to 60% on altcoins. So that's basically what's going to be happening. Again, there's a big narrative with BRC20s having more user utility for Bitcoin overall, which is good, which plays into that dominance theory. Again, going back up to 59-60%. We saw this market go up all the way to $1 billion in market capitalization. We had a big correction, fell down to 250 million. We are even starting to see that Jack is starting to move on this market. He wants to be a first mover, bringing in user utility to Vmpx, okay, and making Bitcoiners into Zenians. So he's trying to bring in user utility into Bitcoin and being a first mover. And this overall drives that same narrative we've been discussing in the past week, that Bitcoin will start to gain strength overall, guys. And that's why you have to have your portfolio in check. You want to make sure you're ready for regulation. You have crypto assets that if regulation comes into play, you're set for it. If Bitcoin dominance gains strength, you're good for it. So just remember that, guys. I provide you with the information. If you haven't followed me on Twitter, you can definitely follow me there. I give you the alpha, I give you the trade calls, I give you the strategies on this channel that play out. And I hope you enjoyed this content, guys. Until next time, as always, stay profitable.